Chosen one, listen very carefully, because what I'm about to tell you will not leave your life the same. If you're watching this video today, it's not random. God is shifting your path, and the first place He's touching is your job. Something is moving behind the scenes that you cannot see yet. A sudden change, a sudden call, a sudden opportunity. It's already being prepared for you. You've been feeling uncomfortable, drained, or misplaced in your current work because your spirit has already outgrown that environment. God is getting ready to pull you out of what was limiting you and push you into what you were truly meant for. This shift is not small. It's destiny. It's promotion. It's divine redirection. So stay until the end, because what you hear today will confirm everything your soul has been sensing. This message is your sign that your career is about to change suddenly, and God is the one behind it. Before we go deeper, do 3 things to align with this message. Like this video, comment, "I'm ready for God's shift," and subscribe to send your signal to the universe. You no longer feel attached to your current job. Lately, you may have felt something shifting inside you, and you can't fully explain it to anyone. The job that once felt okay, or at least manageable, has suddenly started feeling heavy, dull, or even meaningless. You wake up and you don't feel excited the way you used to. You show up, but your heart feels somewhere else. You complete your tasks, but there's no spark, no joy, no sense of purpose in it anymore. And you might be wondering, why am I feeling like this? Let me tell you, this is not you losing interest. This is not you becoming lazy, confused, or irresponsible. This is something much bigger and much deeper. This is spiritual detachment. When God is preparing you for a major shift, He slowly disconnects your heart from the old environment. He gently pulls your energy away from anything that no longer aligns with your future. It feels strange because nothing big has happened yet on the outside, but internally, everything has started changing. You may notice that conversations at work no longer affect you the way they used to. Things that once bothered you feel small now. People around you may complain, gossip, or stress about things, but you feel strangely distant from it all. Not because you don't care, but because your soul knows you're outgrowing that place. It's almost like you're physically present at your job, but spiritually somewhere else, somewhere higher, somewhere new. This separation is God's way of preparing your exit. Before He moves you, He removes your attachment. You might also find that tasks feel repetitive, like you're doing the same thing every day without any growth. Even the environment that once felt familiar now feels tight, like you don't belong there anymore. This is because your purpose has grown, but your surroundings haven't. When your spirit expands, any environment that can't match that expansion starts feeling too small. Think of it like wearing clothes that used to fit you, but now they're tight and uncomfortable. The clothes didn't shrink. You grew. That's exactly what's happening to you spiritually. Some days, you may even feel irritated or restless for no reason. You might crave silence, peace, or just time away from your job. You might daydream about something different, something new, something meaningful. That's not distraction. That's direction. God plants these desires in your heart to guide you toward the path He's preparing. He's making your heart let go before He opens the door to your next chapter. And here's the most important part. If you feel done, it's because God has already moved your spirit forward. Your soul has already stepped into the next level, and now your physical life is simply catching up. You may not see the new opportunity yet, but spiritually, it's already waiting for you. The disconnection you're feeling is the first sign that a shift is coming. This chapter of your life is ending, not because something went wrong, but because you've grown beyond it. This is not the end of your stability. This is the beginning of your upgrade. God isn't taking something away from you. He's preparing to give you something better. You feel like you're meant for something bigger. There's a quiet voice inside you that you've been hearing for a long time now. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, but it's consistent. It keeps whispering, "You're meant for more than this." And no matter how much you try to focus on your current job, that voice doesn't go away. It shows up when you're working, when you're traveling, when you're alone, and even when you're trying to convince yourself that everything is fine. That inner pull you feel, that's not imagination. That's your calling waking up. This feeling doesn't come from a place of ego or pride. You're not thinking you're better than anyone. It's deeper than that. It's the realization that your abilities, your creativity, your strength, and your spirit have outgrown the small space you've been working in. You know you have ideas that could change things. You know you have talents that are being underused. You know you have a purpose that goes beyond routine tasks or clocking in and out every day. It's like your soul is expanding, but your environment is staying the same. Sometimes this feeling makes you restless. You might sit at your desk and feel like you're wasting time. You might complete assignments and feel like, this isn't who I really am. You may catch yourself imagining a different life, a different job, a different version of yourself, one that feels more true, more aligned, more fulfilled. These thoughts aren't distractions, they're reminders. They're little messages from God telling you, this is not where your story ends. The truth is, your current job was never meant to be your final stop. It was preparation, a training ground, a place where you learned discipline, patience, structure, and survival. A place that taught you skills, experiences, and lessons that you'll need for your next level. Even the difficult moments, the pressure, the challenges, the people who tested you, were all shaping you for something bigger. The job was a classroom, not a destination. And now that your spirit is ready for graduation, you can feel the shift. You don't look at your work the same way. What once felt okay, now feels too small, too limiting, too unfulfilling. That's how God signals that He's preparing you for elevation. He lets you feel the mismatch before He changes your reality. It's His way of telling you, get ready, you're about to be promoted. This sudden shift that's coming your way is not about just earning more money or getting a new title. It's about stepping into a place where your talents matter, where your purpose is used, where your presence has impact. You were not created to simply pay bills, survive the month, and repeat the cycle. God didn't put you on this earth to live tiny. He put greatness inside you, and now that greatness is pushing to the surface. You've been tested emotionally at work. Recently, you may have felt like the atmosphere around your workplace has changed. People who were once supportive might suddenly seem distant. Colleagues who used to be kind may now act cold, competitive, or even jealous. You might feel like you're walking on eggshells or dealing with unnecessary drama that drains your energy. Even small things that never bothered you before now seem heavier. And you might be asking yourself, why is all of this happening at once? The truth is, these emotional tests are not random. They're not accidents. They're not coincidences. These are spiritual indicators that your time in that environment is ending. When God is getting ready to elevate you, He exposes environments and people who can't go with you into your next chapter. He allows you to see their true intentions, their real feelings, and their hidden jealousy so that you stop depending on them Stop trusting them blindly, and stop tying your future to the wrong people. Many times, emotional pressure at work is the first sign that your spirit is outgrowing the place you're in. Suddenly, you notice things differently. You feel out of place in conversations that once felt normal. You start picking up on negative energy you used to ignore. You begin to see that some people were never truly for you. They were comfortable with you as long as you stayed small. But the moment your growth becomes obvious, their behavior shifts. These challenges are not punishments, they're spiritual training. God allows certain situations to press you so that you understand your strength, your value, and your resilience. If everything around you stayed peaceful and comfortable, you would remain stuck in the same routine, the same cycle, the same environment, even when God planned something bigger for you. So He allows discomfort to push you toward movement. You might find yourself feeling emotionally exhausted at the end of the day, even if the workload is the same. That's because it's not the work that's draining you, it's the energy around you. Your spirit is sensing misalignment. When you are no longer meant to stay somewhere, the environment becomes heavier, conversations feel forced, and the atmosphere feels suffocating. This is God saying, "You're done here. It's time to rise." Many chosen ones experience emotional tests right before a breakthrough. These tests build patience, character, emotional maturity, and spiritual awareness. They teach you how to stay calm under pressure, how to control your reactions, and how to choose peace even when surrounded by chaos. All of these qualities are essential for the next level God is preparing for you. Promotion requires a stronger version of you, and these tests develop that strength. If your workplace feels heavier than usual, it's not because you're failing, it's because you're transitioning. You're being spiritually nudged out of an environment that no longer matches your calling. The discomfort is temporary, but the breakthrough it's leading you toward is permanent. You're not being pushed down, you're being pushed forward. And very soon, you'll understand why this emotional storm was necessary for your elevation. You're craving freedom and new opportunities. Lately, you may have noticed a strong desire rising inside you, a desire for something new, something different, something that actually feels aligned with who you are becoming. It's like a part of you is quietly whispering, "I want a fresh start." Maybe you're daydreaming about a new job, a better workplace, a different environment, or a completely new direction in life. Maybe you're imagining what it would feel like to wake up excited instead of drained. This craving isn't silly, and it's not something you created out of boredom. This is your soul preparing you for a shift. Whenever a major change is coming, the first place it shows up is inside your heart. Before God changes your situation on the outside, He awakens the desire for that change on the inside. You start feeling pulled towards something bigger, even if you don't know what it looks like yet. You start feeling disconnected from your old routine, and at the same time, you feel drawn towards something new, something you can't fully explain, but deeply want. That craving is guidance. This longing for freedom often appears right before a breakthrough. You feel like you want space, space to grow, space to breathe, space to explore your abilities. You may want to be in a place where you're appreciated, respected, and understood. You may want a role that matches your potential and not just your skill set. You may want to leave limitations behind and walk into a future that feels more meaningful. This inner push is not random, it's preparation. It's also important to understand that when God puts this desire inside you, it's because He's already aligning something outside you. Doors begin to shift, even before you see them, People start talking about you in rooms you've never entered. Opportunities begin forming quietly in the background. Plans start unfolding that you didn't even know were being made. Heaven moves first. Your life simply catches up to it. You may notice a growing impatience with anything that feels stuck or repetitive. You might feel like, I can't do this forever. That thought isn't negativity. It's clarity. It's spiritual awareness telling you that your time in this chapter is almost over. You're not being ungrateful. You're being awakened. Your spirit is craving growth, not escape. It wants expansion, not comfort. It wants purpose, not routine. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to chase anything. You don't have to force your next step. You don't have to run after opportunities, beg for interviews, or stress about outcomes. What is meant for you is already moving in your direction. The right opportunity will meet you at the right moment. The perfect offer will arrive when you are in the perfect state to receive it. You'll look back and realize, everything found me exactly when I needed it. This craving for freedom is the sign that your soul is ready. Your future is calling you forward. Something aligned with your purpose is on its way, and very soon you'll step into a new chapter where your spirit can finally breathe. God has delayed certain things. On purpose, there have probably been moments in your life when you felt disappointed, confused, or even frustrated because something you really wanted didn't work out. Maybe you applied for a job you believed was perfect for you, but you didn't get it. Maybe you worked hard for a promotion that never came. Maybe someone else, someone less deserving or less experienced, was chosen over you. And in those moments, you might have wondered, why not me? What did I do wrong? Why is my progress being held back? But here's the truth. Nothing was held back. It was held safe. God didn't block those opportunities to punish you. He blocked them to protect you. There are paths you wanted with your whole heart, but they were too small for your destiny. There were positions you believed were right for you, but they would have limited your growth. There were places you thought you could settle in, but settling is not your story. You were made for expansion, not limitation. Every delay you faced had purpose behind it. You didn't get that job because it would have wasted your potential. You didn't receive that promotion because it wasn't aligned with your long-term purpose. That company you wanted to join may have had hidden problems. That team you wanted to be part of may not have valued you. That environment might have drained your spirit instead of helping you grow. God saw things you couldn't see, and He stopped you from walking into something that would have harmed your future. Many times, God delays blessings to shape you for something better. The delay builds your patience, refines your character, strengthens your faith, and prepares your confidence. It makes you more aware of what you truly want and what you genuinely deserve. During the waiting season, you learn who you are. You become wiser. You grow spiritually. You sharpen your skills. You become a version of yourself that matches the size of the blessing coming your way. You may not realize it now, but the opportunity God is preparing for you is much bigger than the one you lost. It will match your purpose, not just your experience. It will value your talent, not just use your time. It will open doors that take you further, not keep you stuck in the same cycle. And when that moment comes, it won't be slow, difficult, or confusing. It will happen suddenly, effortlessly, and clearly. Everything you were denied was redirecting you to something better. Every no was guiding you to the right yes. Every closed door was steering you toward the one that leads you to your destiny. And that's why you can trust this delay, because now the season is shifting. The right job, the right environment, the right opportunity is aligning with your path. You don't have to chase it. It will appear when the timing is perfect, and that timing is much closer than you think. Your delay was never a dead end. It was preparation for the breakthrough that's about to arrive. You're feeling disconnected from your old routine. Lately, you may have noticed that the routine you've followed for months or even years doesn't feel the same anymore. The schedule you used to handle with ease now feels heavy. The tasks you once did without thinking now feel meaningless. Even the environment that used to feel familiar now feels dull or empty. It's like something inside you has shifted, but nothing around you has. And this shift can be confusing because nothing big has changed on the outside, yet everything feels different on the inside. The reason you feel disconnected is simple. Your spirit has outgrown your old routine. Your inner world is expanding, but your outer world hasn't caught up yet. You're no longer satisfied with repeating the same pattern every day. You feel restless, like you want something more, something meaningful, something aligned, something that actually lights you up. This restlessness isn't a problem. It's a sign. Your soul is preparing you to move into a new season. You may find yourself waking up and thinking, "Do I really want to do this again?" You may go through the motions at work, but feel like your heart isn't fully present. You might notice that conversations, tasks, and even goals that once mattered to you no longer hold the same importance. And instead of feeling guilty about this shift, you need to see it for what it truly is: evolution. When God prepares to take you somewhere new, He gently disconnects you from the old. He removes the emotional attachment so that when the moment comes to step forward, you're ready. Imagine trying to move into a new home while still feeling deeply attached to your old one. It would make the transition harder, slower, and more painful. So God does the inner work first. He loosens your grip on the old routine so that when the new opportunity arrives, you can step into it without hesitation. This disconnection can also feel like boredom or lack of motivation. But it's not laziness. It's alignment. Your spirit is no longer fed by the things that once kept you busy. You're being pulled away from smallness and pushed toward purpose. The emptiness you feel is actually making space for the new chapter that's on its way. You're shedding an old version of yourself to become someone capable of handling the next level God is preparing. Sometimes you may even feel like you're standing in between two worlds, not fully in your past, but not yet in your future. That in-between space can feel uncomfortable, but it's also powerful. It means transformation is happening. It means the shift is close. It means your life is rearranging itself behind the scenes. If your daily routine feels like a cage now, it's because you weren't meant to stay there forever. Your spirit is nudging you forward before the physical change arrives. This disconnect is your early sign, your quiet warning, your gentle preparation. Your new path is already forming, and very soon, your external reality will match the growth happening inside you. Opportunities will start appearing out of nowhere. When you're in a season of transition, life begins to feel a little unusual. Things that never used to happen suddenly start happening. People you haven't spoken to in months may suddenly reach out. Emails may come in that you didn't expect. You may receive a random message about an opening, a project, or a collaboration you never applied for. It can feel surprising, almost strange, but this is exactly how divine timing works. God doesn't always move loudly. He moves subtly, perfectly, and at the exact moment you're spiritually ready. You might notice little signs first. Someone casually mentions an opportunity. A friend recommends you without you asking. A new position opens up right after you've been praying for direction. A message pops up from a place you forgot you applied 2 months ago. Or maybe you weren't even looking, and yet something finds you anyway. That's not luck. That's alignment. When God decides it's your season, He begins rearranging things behind the scenes. People start thinking about you at the right time. Your name comes up in conversations you're not even present for. Someone may say, "I know the perfect person for this," and that perfect person is you. What feels like a coincidence is often God's way of positioning you without you needing to struggle for it. You've spent so long working hard, waiting patiently, and wondering when your moment will come. And now, the moment is approaching where doors won't just open. They will open without effort. You won't need to beg, force, or push anything. The opportunities meant for you will show up naturally because they were designed to meet you at the right moment. You won't have to run after them. They will walk toward you. This is the beauty of divine timing. The things that once felt impossible suddenly become possible with ease. The places where you were overlooked will start noticing you. The skills you've been polishing quietly will finally be seen. The talents that were ignored will be valued. You'll begin to realize that nothing you learned was wasted. Everything was preparing you for this season of open doors, and these opportunities won't feel forced or stressful. They will feel right. They will feel peaceful. You'll know they're meant for you because they will fit your spirit, your growth, and your future. You won't have to compromise who you are to accept them. Instead, these chances will lift you, support you, and align with the person you're becoming. Many chosen ones experience this sudden shift where life seems to speed up in a good way. After a long period of waiting, things begin to fall into place quickly. One door opens, then another, and then another, like a chain reaction. Once the first breakthrough happens, the rest follow effortlessly. This is the moment when everything clicks. God is upgrading your skill and confidence. Recently, you may have noticed something interesting happening inside you. Your thoughts feel clearer. Your ideas feel more powerful. You're imagining bigger possibilities for yourself, things you never even dared to dream before. You may find yourself thinking about new career paths, business ideas, leadership roles, or creative projects. And even if you don't have everything figured out yet, something inside you feels more capable than ever. This inner shift is not random, it's intentional, it's preparation. Whenever God is getting ready to elevate you, He doesn't just change your situation, He changes you first. He strengthens your mind before He expands your life. He grows your confidence before He gives you new responsibility. He sharpens your skills before He places you in positions where those skills will be needed. What you're feeling inside right now is your spirit leveling up. You may notice that you're thinking differently about your future. You're no longer satisfied with small goals or safe choices. You're seeing yourself in places you once thought were out of reach. You're imagining a life that feels bigger, brighter, and more aligned with who you really are. That's God stretching your vision so that when the new opportunity arrives, you recognize it as yours. Your confidence might also be rising in quiet ways. You may feel less afraid to speak up. You may find yourself trusting your instincts more. You might not doubt yourself the way you used to. Even if you still have moments of fear, you're not letting fear control you anymore. This growth in confidence is not accidental. It's God building you from the inside out. He's preparing you to handle the blessings that are coming so you don't shrink when the door opens. You may also notice your skills improving. Maybe you're learning faster than before. Maybe you're understanding things that used to confuse you. Maybe you're becoming more patient, more disciplined, more focused. These small upgrades are signs that God is equipping you. He's turning your abilities into tools you'll need for your next level. There are times when God keeps you in the waiting season, not to test you, but to prepare you. He knows that elevation without preparation leads to pressure you're not ready for. So before He moves you into the new job, the promotion, the leadership role, or the opportunity, He upgrades your mindset. He strengthens your emotional foundation. He aligns your thoughts with the person you are becoming. This is why you feel different lately. You're not the same person you were 6 months ago. Your spirit feels stronger. Your mind feels clearer. Your heart feels ready for something more. You're not imagining it. God is shaping you into the version of yourself that can handle what you've been praying for. Very soon, your outer world will catch up with your inner growth. The opportunities, the roles, the responsibilities, and the blessings coming your way are designed for the upgraded version of you. You're not just evolving, you're being prepared. And when the moment arrives, you'll realize why God took the time to strengthen your mind before He expanded your life. A sudden shift is going to push you into your purpose. There comes a moment in every chosen person's life when everything begins to shift at once. Not slowly, not gradually, but suddenly, almost like someone flipped a switch inside your soul. That moment is approaching for you. You may have felt it already. A strange, undeniable sense that something big is coming. Not just a change in your job, but a change in your direction, a change in your identity, a change in the path you walk every single day. This is not just a career shift. This is a purpose shift. For a long time, you may have been working in places that didn't fully recognize your worth. You may have been surrounded by people who underestimated your abilities, misused your time, or didn't appreciate your presence. You may have been doing things that were necessary for survival but didn't truly reflect your calling. But now, the season of just surviving is ending. Your spirit is getting louder. Your purpose is calling you with a strength you can no longer ignore. This sudden shift will not be small. It will feel like you're stepping into a different world, a world where your gifts matter, where your voice is heard, where your presence makes an impact. You're moving into an environment where you won't have to shrink yourself to fit in. Instead, you'll be encouraged to grow, express yourself, lead, and become the fullest version of who you are. This is the kind of change that transforms your entire life, not just your workplace. You may feel nervous or unsure because sudden change often brings uncertainty. But understand this: God is not pushing you into the unknown. He's pushing you into alignment. You're being removed from places that were too small for your destiny and placed into spaces where your gifts finally have room to breathe. You're being shifted out of environments that drained your energy and into environments that refill, uplift, and inspire you. This shift will bring you clarity where you once felt confused, strength where you once felt tired, and purpose where you once felt lost. Your next environment will respect your boundaries, value your talent, reward your dedication, and recognize the light you carry. You will work with people who appreciate your presence instead of taking advantage of your effort. You will be placed into roles that feel natural, not forced. The opportunities ahead of you are designed to match the person you are becoming, not the person you had to be to survive your past. And most importantly, this shift is not about earning a bigger paycheck. though blessings will come. It's about stepping into the life God intended for you, a life that aligns with your calling, a life that reflects your worth, a life where you're not stuck in cycles of stress and repetition, but guided into purpose and progress. You're not being pushed out, you're being pulled higher. The sudden shift you're about to experience is your soul stepping into its divine assignment. And once it happens, you'll finally understand why nothing in your old life made sense anymore. Your purpose is not ahead of you, it's opening right now. Chosen one, get ready. Your career shift is already in motion. Your job is not ending. Your purpose is beginning. Stay calm, stay open, stay aligned. What's coming will make you say, "Now I understand why God made me wait."